So hey there guys, Erin here again, day 12 of Ketomas, and I'm going to be going over blue light, which is not necessarily keto related, but it is a health related thing, and it is something that I think a lot of people who are on keto hear about because keto kind of crosses over at times into kind of the biohacking community and kind of just natural health and just kind of trying to optimize your health in general. This is kind of one of those videos where I'm going to be not doing 100% keto related topic, but it is a topic that is good for your health and just something to keep in mind. So blue light is kind of a buzz phrase right now. You'll hear it a lot, and I think people get this impression that it's really, really bad for you. And blue light is something that's naturally occurred. It comes from the sun, and it has positive benefits to ourselves that go beyond that of, maybe what we hear about. The big difference is right now we are more exposed to blue light than we've ever been before, and that is through things like the LCD screen on my camera, the phone I carry, my computer when I go to edit this video, or my computer when I work or do schoolwork, my TV when I relax at night and I watch a TV show, just even LED lights. So we're more exposed to blue light than we've ever been based on our technology that we have right now. And there are benefits to it and there are negatives to it. And it's important to understand kind of what blue light is and, what does that even mean? And so when you think about light, there's a big spectrum. And on one end, you have kind of your generic high brightness but low energy light. And on the other side, you have light that the eye cannot detect, but it has a lot of energy. And the easiest way to explain that light would be if you have heat lamps at a kitchen and you're trying to keep the food warm. The heat lamp is traditionally a very high UV light. The glass that the light is in will typically be red colored to signify to our human brains that this is hot. I should be cautious of this. It's warm. The light itself is actually more of a purple, or it's purple as far as how it's shown on the spectrum. It's got a lot of energy, but it's typically a bigger waved light. The next light up from that is blue light, and this can be found from the sun. Again, it can be found in different technology that we have in our homes, and it does play a role in our health, both positive and negative, as I said. So we've naturally been exposed to blue light since we've existed because it is from the sun, and it's kind of, when you want to think about blue light from the sun, think about how it causes you to wake up. When the sun is up, you're alert, it's harder to fall asleep, it's kind of giving you energy. Blue light also plays a role in the reason why the sky is blue. It reflects on the water and air molecules in our atmosphere based on its wavelength, and that's why we see a blue atmosphere on a sunny day. It's not the ocean reflecting back up at us. It's just our atmosphere reacting to blue light. The human eye has the ability to block a lot of light that comes in. But one thing it doesn't do a good job blocking is blue light. So when blue light comes into your eye, it goes right past your cornea, it goes right past the lens, and it goes straight to your retina, and then your retina connects it onto your brain. And so that's why it has more of a direct effect than some of the other waves of light. The human eye just doesn't have the ability to block it out as easily. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, because when the sun comes out, we see the sun, we take in that blue light, and we naturally stop the production of melatonin, which is the sleep hormone. So blue light is a critical piece to kind of our overall health and kind of our overall system of, sleeping at night, being awake during the day. However, like I said before, we are more exposed to it because it's in all of our technology. And I don't know about you, but I do not spend much of my free time staring directly at the sun trying to get blue light, but I do stare at my device often and get that blue light in. So like I was saying, not all blue light is bad. Blue light is shown to help improve moods, alertness, because it causes us to be awake during our daytime hours. It can also improve cognitive function. So it's not this big negative thing. In fact, blue light is often used in therapy to help correct seasonal effectiveness disorder, because getting that blue light in the seasons when, for me right now, there is no blue sky, I cannot see the sun, it's very cold where I'm at, it's, you know, it's winter time, I'm not going to have the sun exposure that I would get in the summertime, you know, during the season. And so I'm going to feel like I'm missing out on that blue light. And so to correct kind of seasonal effectiveness disorder or SAD, when you're kind of down and out in the winter time because you don't have that sun exposure, people are recommended to do things like blue light therapy to get that kind of feeling and that sensation in, because blue light has been shown to increase your moods. So it's not negative, it's just we have to be more aware of it because we live in a time when we're way more exposed to it, especially at night. Why do people block or try to limit the amount of blue light then if it's so beneficial? The reason is because, like I said before, your eye directly takes in that blue light. The cornea, the lens on your eye, it lets it go right back to the retina, as well as the light sensors within your eyes. And there's a number of studies, and it's becoming more correlated, that the amount that we're exposed to staring at devices, to staring at our computer screens that are full of blue light, that is having an effect on those color receptors or those light receptors, and that is causing damage to our eyes. So it's something that you need to be mindful of, and how that's causing stress on your eyes. The other thing, the big one that people really talk about, is blue light at night, and that is the fact that, like I said before, it causes alertness, it causes kind of cognitive function, it causes you to wake up. And so if you're staring at your TV right before bed, you're staring at your computer before bed, it's dark all around you, and you've got this big blue light reflecting device right at your eyes, that's going to have an effect on your sleep. In fact, blue light exposure anywhere to an hour before you go to bed can cause you to have trouble falling asleep, trying to get kind of the melatonin production up. If you were in your house and it got dark and there was no light, your body would naturally start to produce that melatonin. But since we are so device bound now, we're not able to naturally produce that, because we're sending messages to our brain that there's still blue light around. It's still time to be alert. We need to be focused on this. So that's kind of why you'll hear about blue light and its connection to sleep and melatonin production. So there are lots of things that you can do to kind of help you reduce the amount of blue light that you get at night, in order to kind of make it so your body falls asleep more easily and that you're not having that blue light exposure right before bed. I'm gonna do this kind of on a scale of very simple things that most people can do to the outright crazy things that I've been able to find that people do in order to really reduce the amount of blue light. And I would say if you have a hard time falling asleep, maybe go to the crazy end. Maybe try the initial things first if you're not doing it. It could just be something simple, but my husband is somebody who chronically suffers from insomnia. He has the hardest time falling and staying asleep, and he is like very committed to the, what I'm gonna call, crazy end of the spectrum. Really quick, the first things you can do is stop using your device right before bed. Just cut it off, read a book instead, read a book in low light and not directly look at light. Like if you have no ability to change anything, just turn your device off an hour before bed and just focus on things that will kind of make you start falling asleep or kind of bring you down into sleep. So if you can, I don't know, meditate or just kind of relax in and of yourself without any kind of devices, that's probably the easiest way, if you kind of just go full caveman and remove all the blue light. I don't imagine most people can do that. So if you really like to read a book before you go to bed and you want to have your bedside table, just replace that light with like a red light. So at this time of year, it's Christmas, there's lots of red lights out there that you can buy as far as, you know, putting out in your front yard to decorate your house for Christmas. So you just buy one of those red party lights, they're like $1. Plop that into your bedside lamp and that will give you red light. It's more than enough light to continue reading. I find that I can very easily continue to read books, or kind of, you know, if I'm doing something that isn't device bound that I want to do before bed in order to kind of relax and bring myself down. Just having that red light, it'll give you enough light and then you're not getting any additional blue light with it. So the really common things that people do, and I'm gonna move myself so I can hold my phone up for you guys. So if you have an iPhone, you would go under displays and brightness, and then it's got this mode. Please don't focus on me, please focus on my phone. And it's got this phone called nighttime. And when you click on that, you can turn it on. You can schedule it so that way you can have it automatically start at certain times. So this is my phone regularly, and then just with the iPhone settings, this is what it looks like on nighttime mode. And so it's removed all the blue light from my phone, and very simple. Android has the same features. I believe it's called candlelight. So you can go in under your setting and remove the blue light. Now, if you're extreme, like my husband is, and you really want your phone to have absolutely no blue light, you want it to be completely blocked, you can go under General Settings, Accessibility, and then you go under the first section on your iPhone. It's called Vision. You do Display Accommodations, and then you click on Color Filters, and you can turn them on, and you could turn it to blood red. No blue light now. You could also change the spectrum, so if you wanted it to be more of a deep orange, you could do that, but you can take it to have different colors in the back. He likes to read, and so he's not looking at the colors on pictures, but he'll read articles at night, and so you can very easily, like I'm looking at this right now, and I can see all the words on here, but absolutely no blue light. So if you want to go to the extreme route, that is something my husband does. I need to turn this off because this is going to annoy me. Yeah, back to normal. This is just regular blue light blocking mode. I will have a tendency to just keep my phone on blue light all day long. The only time I turn it off is if I'm editing like an Instagram photo, so that way my colors aren't off from what I send out there. The other thing that you can do is you can buy various different types of blue light blocking glasses. This is very trendy. There are ones out there that promise to block light 100%. The ones I wear are about 60% blue light blocking, and they are a light yellow tinge. I like that because if I'm wearing them, it's typically because the activity that I'm doing is something where I'm either on my computer or I'm watching a show. And so I want to make sure that I can actually see the show and the color isn't off. I think that's a concern of a lot of people when you wear those types of glasses, like, is it going to take away from the TV or what I'm watching? And so I tried to find a pair that were just slightly tinged. I'm not somebody that watches TV right up until the moment I go to bed. Typically I will stop watching TV at least a half an hour or more before I go to sleep. And after that, the only device that I'm looking at would be my phone, which will be on blue light blocking. So between the two, I'm getting enough to where I'm finding that I'm able to fall asleep pretty quickly and not having the effects of blue light right before bed. So it's very easy to incorporate various different things, various different methods in order to reduce the amount of blue light before you go to sleep. And then I also will keep blue light mode on my phone in order to help to prevent any kind of additional strain on my eyes. So I hope you guys found this video informative and that it answered any questions that you have regarding blue light, how to block blue light. If you guys did find this video helpful, go ahead, give it a thumbs up. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.